show where we discuss anything and everything beyond the scope of normal. On UPRN Talk Radio FM 107.7 in New Orleans and FM 105.3 in Mississippi.
If it's unexplainable, we're talking about it.
Whether you're a believer or a skeptic,
We cover everything where the unknown becomes the known.
And now, here are your hosts, Jennie Nicasio and Tom Callway.
Welcome to Chasing Prophecy on FM 107.7 in New Orleans and 105.3 in Henderson Point, Mississippi on the Gulf, where we discuss anything and everything beyond the scope of normal. I'm Jennie Nicasio along with Tom Callway. Chasing Prophecy is broadcasted on many different platforms now, including Roku and TikTok, folks. So this is great. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Tom. How are you today?
Oh, good. How are you? How's everything? New era for us, huh?
Yeah, really. It's exciting.
It's exciting. We're growing, people. You got to love that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to love it. So a lot of weird stuff happened this week too, huh?
Tell me about it. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Yeah, I got all those files from you. Gosh, we can start. Where do you want to start, Betty?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I guess one thing we can do to start it is we can talk about the okay, so have you seen the show Strictly? I haven't. So it's all right.
What's it called?
Strictly?
Mm-mm.
No, me neither. I think it's a British show. But what it is the star of it, and this is funny. This is why I wanted to start off with this one. This is a little light one, you know. So say you have a widow and you want to get out on the market again, right? You want to, you're a widow, you want to go see somebody, you want to get out on the market and all that kind of stuff. And then this Strictly star, Jill Halfpenny, she experienced and saw her ex while she was out on a date with another person.
Okay.
The only issue is the ex, he's dead.
Well, then he really wasn't dead. Then he must have been playing her.
Maybe he wanted to see what she's spending the life insurance on.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't trust anybody. No, unless he was a doppelganger. Hey, Cindy, how are you today? I don't know, Tom, about that. What do you think it is? What do you think?
Well, maybe for the fact that she, being the first time you saw, somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you think you're seeing something that's not there. Maybe she could have projected it. I'm not saying hallucinated. I'm not saying anything like that. But what I'm saying is maybe she just, kind of manifested a image where she thought she saw him.
I know myself. Sometimes, like right after one of my family members passed away, I thought I'd see them.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah. I mean, actually, to the point where I go, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that very well could. That very well could happen. But you also, could it be something that you see other people? You know what I mean? You might see them in other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like a quick glance or something, you could get into everyone. If somebody, because when my father passed, I thought, I thought I saw him in a few places. But, after I took a second glance, I took another look. It really wasn't him,
Yeah.
It was just someone who looked like him.
Yeah. Oh, it could be. So, Cindy, what do you think? You think it's what do you think, ghost, or is it a doppelganger?
She did go on to say, she did go on to say that this was the first time she saw him, but she said she saw him again, not on a date with somebody else, but just at home.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she could have feelings, closure that wasn't there. There's been a lot of times people have passed away and you didn't get the final closure that you needed.
Could be. Yeah, it could be. I'm not so sure. I don't think it was anything paranormal. I just think maybe he just screwed her and he was
Left.
using. Yeah, he left, and she just happened to be in the perfect spot.
Could
Yeah,
be. Could
could
be.
be.
And he's like, "Oh, I got to get out of here."
Yeah, most definitely. She's just definitely.
So a little fun, half-hearted there.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's all fun.
So
I'm just
another
trying to
thing that I
see this-
got, and here's a good guess, and if you have a guess, go ahead and put it in the comments too. There was a study done about which state has the most paranormal searches. Now, this isn't like Paranormal Activity or things reported or anything like.
Mhm.
This is searches like Ghost Adventures type of going and hauntings, haunted houses and things like that.
Mhm.
So how many or what state do you think it was?
Connecticut.
That's a very, very, very good guess. I know why you said Connecticut. The Northeast is very, very haunted. I would have picked a Northeast state too, just because when the country starts there, you know what I mean? It's going to be the oldest point in the nation.
Mhm.
But it wasn't. It was actually West Virginia.
Oh, really? Well, you know what? There's a lot of crazy stuff that goes in backwoods of that West Virginia.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, if you had to say what has the least amount, what would you say?
Least amount. New Jersey. No, because there's a New Jersey devil there.
Well, Jersey was second to least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we have to talk to these people down at 105.3 on the Gulf Coast because it's their state.
Oh, New Orleans.
No. 107.7
Oh,
is New
Mississippi.
105.3 Mississippi. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I got that.
I wouldn't have thought that.
I'm trying to send some requests out if you want to know what I'm doing here on
No
TikTok. Because I have a lot of view, not
Yeah.
a lot, but probably more than. So I'm not really sure how to do this, but I'm sending them out to watch. Because if you would like to share the video, that'd be great. The more people that knows we're
Grow,
live.
help us get more interesting topics from people, because I think a lot of people, Jenny, have paranormal, scary, or cryptid stories, but they don't know about us. They don't know that there's this place that they can talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Yeah. Okay, moving on. I send out some, but I don't know if anybody knows we're live on. We don't have anybody watching, so it's hard to get TikTok up.
Yeah, it might happen, but we'll keep growing and we'll keep trying and we'll keep pushing forward to get this. To get a TikTok live. That's the way we get interaction, people. And we would love for you to interact on any platform, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are. We'll have Instagram up soon. Twitch. I know a lot of you are on Twitch. We're working on that as well.
I did the what's that called? X. I did X.
Oh, Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we officially calling it X, or can we still call it Twitter?
I call it X because I don't like that guy.
You do like him?
No, I do not. I do
do.
not like
You don't.
him.
Okay. So why would you
No.
call it X then? Why wouldn't you call it by
No,
the
I don't like Twitter. I didn't like that guy from Twitter.
Oh, whoa,
What's
whoa,
his
whoa.
name? What's his
Gotcha.
name? I
Yeah.
can't remember. You know who I'm
He was a
talking
skinny
about.
little guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. I didn't really care for him.
Fair enough.
Yeah. How many people we have watching on StreamYards? I don't even see. I can't see that. See, I don't. Oh, not too bad. For
Yeah.
on Facebook.
But I have we don't really, and we'll have a guest coming on in a couple weeks that's really into cryptids and all over the Northeast, and we can ask her about one of the stories that we're going to talk about with this Bridgewater Triangle up in the Northeast. But Jenny, my heart is in with cryptids. I love the cryptid stories. I love the Bigfoots and the skinwalkers.
Yeah.
And all of
Oh, I
that.
love I love Bigfoot. In fact, there's some really cool stories about the Appalachians, and there's a TikTok. I wish I could find it. There's so many cryptic stories about the Appalachians, and there's a lot of people talking about the whispers. I don't know if you ever heard of the whispers. A lot of people.
I've heard of the whispers.
Scoopy. Very scary.
Yeah.
Very scary stuff.
But yeah, I just I keep checking the TikTok, making sure people, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, I'm watching it too because I was sharing it.
Hello, Nikki. Very good to or Nicole. Very good to see you. Psychic Seer. But
hey, Nikki.
The Whisperers, Nikki, is an Appalachian lore that has been around, but now that the earth is smaller because of things like TikTok and because of Facebook and Instagram, people are hearing about it more and more, but it has always been there, even as far east as the Blue Ridge Mountains in Pennsylvania, where at night you almost hear the sound of the forests whispering as if there were talks, as if there were people just outside of your sight. Now, Jenny, this happens. I've heard people talk about this in the day and night, correct?
Oh, yeah. They hear it during the day, too.
So now, Jenny out in Pittsburgh, she's right in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains in the PA side. Blue Ridge is an offshoot that goes towards the Allentown area in the Poconos. If anybody knows, that's more into the northeast of Pennsylvania. So that's the area I know and I've been. I haven't heard it, but I've heard people talk about it that live up there, that live around the area, that talk about, some of the weird things they've seen. And the thing is, Jenny, about this, you hear it from New York to PA to Maryland to West Virginia to Tennessee to Kentucky. They talk about it, the entire spine of that mountain chain. So why I got on this is certainly mountains and valleys and things like that have a certain lore about them. And Jenny, I want you to watch this video because we don't get too many cryptid videos. We'll get the UFOs and we'll get the paranormal, but check out this one.
Okay.
You see that?
It's really that big, tall guy.
That was estimated between 10. I'm going to play it again. That was estimated between 10 and 11 feet tall when they sent. This was a guy, a hiker and his friend who saw that on the nearby ridge. They weren't sure if it was. It looks more cryptid to me. They thought potentially UFO or alien. But that's certainly cryptid to me. That's too tall and too wide. Typically, when you hear of aliens, they're much shorter.
What do you think it is?
I think you're looking at a Bigfoot. I think you're looking at a Bigfoot type creature. That's what I think. What about you?
I don't know. It could be somebody put that there. Like it could be a scarecrow type thing. So
even though it's moving?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be. Very interesting. But that's a unique cryptid video. You don't get too many of them. It could be what Jenny said, something that was staged, but when they had
It
somebody
could
walk
be.
up next to it.
I mean, there's so many things out there that you can make like move, like those robotic things that you can make move. So
True.
I don't know.
Like the thing in Giant.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have Giant out your way, but you probably have Eagle. But no, there's a robot in our local grocery stores here that just beeps at
Yeah.
you and walks around.
Yeah. So it could be something like that. I mean, there's so much technology out there. We could be anything. I don't
It's
know
true.
so much if it's paranormal. Even going back to when we had the one show on the giant door that was on TikTok. We do have the guy that I had the guy on here that actually climbed up to it. That was really interesting. And so,
Climbed up to a giant door.
did you see the giant door in
No.
Utah? Yeah. If you Google it, you can find it. We had the guy that filmed it on there. We had him on Chasing Prophecy.
It's
Yeah, it was
amazing.
pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's pretty darn
Oh,
cool.
yeah, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
Wow, he climbed up to it. That's a little ways up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
No, Nikki, it's not in the abandoned forest. This looks like on the side of a hillside or a hillscape, the side of a mountain. But definitely not in a forest. This looks more in the desert.
Yeah, that looks like more like that could even be like something like where he was at, which is, it could be the same person, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it
Oh,
might be.
yeah.
But we have a new monolith story too.
Oh yeah, I did a TikTok on that.
So what's
Yeah, it was
going on
pretty.
with it?
I did. Let's see. I talked to a number of people, and they think it's just artwork. They don't think it's you know, anything paranormal. See, I'm like the skeptic on some of this stuff.
No,
It
it's
could be.
definitely
I mean, it's so perfect. It seems to me it's like it's artwork. I don't know,
it,
or it
it
could
could
be some
be.
kind of portal. It could be a portal. You don't know because it doesn't do anything. People go up to it and nothing happens. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
So when there's like a prolific like murderer or anything like that, you have some copycats, right?
Hmm.
You have some people that do it to whether they want to try to add to theirs so they can get away with it, or if they're just doing it for whatever reason to copy them. I think you could be right with this
Hmm.
because everybody knows about the Utah one.
Yeah.
And
And
here's a
this
way to
one
get your video a ton of views by
and
saying there's another one there.
was this one in Nevada? I can't remember. Was it
This
Nevada?
was this was Nevada. This was outside of Las Vegas.
Yeah,
So you're gonna get a ton of press. You're being right outside of Vegas like that.
definitely.
So
Definitely. I think it could be. I mean, it's really beautiful. So I think it might be artwork because it's so I just want to go touch it, it's so just it could be a portal. It'd be great if it was, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
oh man. So the Northeast, right? Moving along. The Northeast has its own triangle. It has
Bermuda
its own
Triangle.
sort of
Yes, I read that. That's pretty interesting.
so apparently there's cursed Bridgewater Triangle land, and they described it, Jenny, as the paranormal Disney World.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Yeah. So what this is it covers there's no major cities in there, which one adds to it to me. That it's mostly farmland and trees and things like that. But this looks like it goes over New Hampshire, Massachusetts, southeastern Massachusetts, and New Hampshire in that area. And one of the things that keeps drawing people are reports of supernatural and paranormal events.
Hmm.
So you have UFO sightings, but you also have things like puckwudgies, zombies, Bigfoot sightings, and
What was the
other.
first one again? What was that one?
Puckwudgies.
What are those? Tell people, because some people might not know what those are.
So if you want to crash course in Puckwudgies, please listen in 2 weeks to our episode with Susie Bastille, who has that, who has a podcast on the Puckwudgie. But what the Puckwudgie is more of a lore. And what it is a sort of, so please forgive me if I'm wrong, but it seems like it's in some of the fairy world.
Oh, no,
It's like a tiny, small gremlin, goblin-like thing, which, if you were into that, of course, they would be in the forest. They would be in, the Northeast. They would be all over that. Some see them as misunderstood souls of the forest. Some see him as like a pain in the ass type of gremlin, douche. I don't know.
Troublemaker.
Yes. So many of the fairy world creatures, the hobgoblins, goblins, banshees, gnomes, dwarves, all that kind of stuff, they are supposed to be troublemakers. They kind of want to lure you in to a false sense of security and then steal your soul or anything like that. But it was just very, very interesting. Very interesting that, also, government things like black helicopters and giant snakes as well.
Giant snakes.
Yeah. So, now, could this just be a concentration? Of course. Boston's a major, it's a major city. Salem is obviously populated and popular in the United States for all of the witch lore. Could this be just a concentration of stories nearby where people are jumping on the bandwagon? Perhaps. But, one thing that other places don't have is, there's a lot of people that go missing in this area.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you live in the Northeast, you probably like to hike. I would go ahead and take that, make that assessment. But, so I would assume that they're good hunter or they're good hikers. You know what I mean? They know where they're going, they know what they're talking about, but there is a lot of individuals who go missing in that area. So that will get people is, okay, something must have gotten them out there. Yeah. Now, anybody can get lost at any point, anytime, anything like that. But this is definitely very suspect, if you ask me. People going missing who are active and avid hunters. Kind of like the missing 411 a little bit.
Yeah. So where exactly, you don't have the coordinates where, like, if someone wanted to go there, like, could they find it?
Yeah. If you drive right to Taunton, Massachusetts, you're right in the middle of it.
Okay. It
goes north to Abington, southwest to Rehoboth, Massachusetts, and down to the right to Freetown, Massachusetts.
Okay. So, one of our TikTokers can't hear.
No?
Okay. Yeah, they're saying they can't hear us.
Okay. Let's here, why don't we go to a commercial and we'll get
We're going to go to commercial break. Okay.
Samantha survives a tragic accident thanks to Lucian, an enigmatic being. Her newfound abilities catch the attention of a secretive government agency. Drawn to Lucian despite the danger, Samantha is unaware of his true identity. She teams up with Lucian's brothers in a daring mission to rescue him. Accused unfairly, Lucian seeks refuge on his distant homeworld. Can Samantha prove Lucian's innocence and save their forbidden love? From the Sky by J.E. Nicasio. Available now. Get your copy on Amazon and BNN.
Over the centuries, occurrences from the enigmatic realm have become less, enigmatic. So if conversations about the supernatural, myths and legends, mind-bending conspiracies, and haunting stories of ghosts are things you take seriously, we have the podcast that you can call home. Chasing Prophecy. Just because something is unexplained doesn't make it any less real. We're more than just a podcast. We're a community for those who dare to look beyond the scope of normal. For those who are aware of the abstract and interact with a show that speaks to them. Broadcasting from Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, the show stands out as the city's premier paranormal radio program, airing every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Come and hang with host Jennie Nicasio and Tom Conway on Chasing Prophecy.
Meet Daniel Knight, a psychologist with an extraordinary gift to absorb and heal the deepest wounds of the mind. In the heart of a chilling investigation, every secret unraveled binds him closer to darkness. But as he delves into the psyche of a killer, his own demons emerge. Caught in a battle within and against an evil that seeks to exploit his powers, where the line between savior and victim blurs. Dare to heal the wounds of the mind. Healer. Read it today.
Welcome to the extraordinary world of the Chasing Prophecy radio show, where we delve into the mysteries of the universe and the depths of the human mind. Our listeners are a unique blend of curious minds and adventurous spirits, always eager to learn, explore, and discover. They're not just listeners, they're a community. And what better way to reach this vibrant, engaged audience than by advertising with us? When you advertise on Chasing Prophecy, you're not just buying airtime. You're becoming a part of a conversation, a part of our family. We offer a variety of advertising packages tailored to fit your needs and budget. And with our dedicated team, we'll ensure your message resonates with our listeners. So why wait? Grab this opportunity to amplify your brand with Chasing Prophecy Radio Show. Let's embark on this journey together. Chasing Prophecy Radio Show, where your brand meets our community. Fill out our advertising form on our website, www.chasingprophecyradio.net, to get started. That's www.chasingprophecyradio.net to get started.
All right, we are back, and some technical difficulties with that, but so we had to end the TikTok live right then. The refresh did not work, and it was all over the place. So for whatever reason, the computer, so TikTok, for everyone getting a crash course in this, TikTok has to stream from a different platform because it doesn't use any of the links that work with our broadcasting service right now. So it was jamming up the computer and people couldn't hear. And then when I turned the volume up, it was like and just was awful. So back to the drawing board again for next week after I reach out to technical support. Yeah. Pain.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah. We'll keep trying, guys. We want to get everybody involved, everybody hearing, and everything going correctly and smoothly for everybody. That's what we want.
Yeah.
If you're out there, we will find you.
We will find you. We will.
Yes, exactly. Jenny, let me ask you this. We haven't really talked about like media. We talked about media that you do, that I do, that we've written together, that are written that separately, that we've worked on together. I want to ask you, what is your favorite horror movie?
Horror. I'm not really a horror person, but
okay. So let me ask you this: what does a horror movie need to have to keep your attention?
it has to have something that mysterious. It has to have ghosts or something like that, or some kind of paranormal element. I don't like just slashers.
Me either.
I like good ghost story, UFOs, aliens, you name but I'm not
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
blood and guts. I don't like
The-
it.
You know,
Mystery with a little bit of paranormal.
yeah, I agree. So yeah, that's the same way with me. If the killer or the bad guy or whatever it is in the movie is human, it doesn't interest me. You know what I mean?
I like stuff from like different, like something that's deep and dark, but not like more of a UFO element, like or alien or. I'm not really. If I'm going to watch a movie, I don't. I want to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
What I was telling you, the one show that I think is so damn scary is that new one from Paramount. I believe it's called, or no, MGM. It's called From, and
Oh
that
yeah.
one is freaking scary.
Do you think
That's
that's
scary.
scary?
Oh my god, it's scary. Very
Well,
scary. Conjuring films are scary, Nikki.
yeah, Conjuring films are scary. I the worst horror movie that I've ever seen still is The Exorcist.
Oh, you know what?
I
Yes,
can't
it's
watch that. I can't watch it.
scary, scary.
Yeah.
But the new one really sucked.
Oh, it did? That's a
Oh my
shame.
god. It was terrible.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I watched it Sunday. I thought it was really, really, really bad.
What were they trying to scare you too much? You know how some movies can get into that.
I don't know. I just think it was unbelievable.
Oh, it was too fantastic, the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Good note, because I wanted to, I'm always weirded out by those type of Sebastian. I'm usually weirded out by the exorcism type of movies.
Yeah, when you're dealing with stuff like that, because to me that could happen. I mean, because I believe like in demonic.
Yeah, I do
forces,
too. I do too.
like that. Definitely.
Yeah,
I think
I do too.
it's too
Fire
close.
in the Sky is a great movie.
Oh, yes, Travis Walton's story, but it was fake
Yeah.
though. It didn't happen. Half of the stuff didn't work. Sebastian, he was on our show. If you go to the archives, he talks about it. He said that most of it was just for theatrics, and they just tried to scare you, but it didn't really happen.
Like, wouldn't that piss you off? That would piss me off. You know what I mean? Like, this is my story. This is what happened to me. And then you make it totally unbelievable on the back end. That would annoy me, because now my story seems fake, Amityville, that's another scary one. Oh man, Amityville.
Oh yeah, Amityville scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, that's a scary one.
Because that's based on true story too. And
that is, yeah. Nobody's really mentioning Paranormal Activity.
Annabelle, yeah. That's
no
scary.
love for Paranormal Activity, which actually I thought the second one was better than the first one.
I can't remember what that one is. I'm gonna have to watch.
That was the found footage type movie.
Where
they set up cameras in their home.
Like Blair Witch.
Yeah, which also that scared me too.
I went to see that at the movie theater by myself, and I was the only one.
That's wonderful.
No one would go with me. I'm choking on stupid water.
It happens, but no, I've gone to movies myself too, and that's so funny that you went and to that.
I was the only one in the. I was the only one in the movie theater.
Real, that's happened to me before. Now not just by myself, but with your group of 2 or 3 that you go with.
I couldn't get anybody to go with me. No one wanted to see it.
Or
so I'm by myself.
Well, that's good. You don't take nothing from nobody, and I love that.
Yeah, I went by myself.
Good for you.
I'm trying to think of another one. I just, I like was it the fourth kind? I love that.
That was scary. Yes, I love that. I've watched that probably about 5-6 times because when I find somebody, like if somebody comes over and they haven't seen it, I kind of make them watch it. I put it on and they have to go ahead and watch it.
Nikki went by herself too to see a movie, and there was only 3 other people in the movie.
Yeah, Nick.
If you can't,
there you go, Nicole. That's
If you can't go
amazing.
by yourself, if no one wants to go with you,
Yeah, if no one wants to go with you, you got to make yourself go. And you only jumped once, so that's good. And especially in the theater when they get the extra sound and the bass and all of that pumped in there, you can get a fake scare or two. You know, it's always
Mhm.
easier to watch them at home. Nikki, I date myself. Hey, why not?
Hey, what the hell?
um, well, speaking of like the found footage and things like that, this UFO video that I found on the National UFO Reporting Center from California. This was in Encino, California. This one was captured on somebody's like a Nest or door cam or something. So I'm gonna put it on this. I'm gonna put it to stage and we can take a look. Watch in the top right. You see it?
Oh yeah.
Now he slows it down to 1/10 the speed.
Hmm.
Pretty interesting.
What? I'm trying to think of which way it's coming down.
It looks like it's coming right over that hill.
Is it coming down from the sky? It looks like it's
Yeah.
going up. But it looks like like a rocket or something.
It doesn't have the tail. You know, it doesn't have the or it doesn't have the rocket glow,
Mhm.
but and it's more orb.
Yeah, but the way it's going up.
Yeah. So you're saying it's going out that way.
It seems like it's going up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm
I don't know.
crazy.
It got reported to the UFO Reporting Center and they thought enough of it to make it a story. So, again, little ufology 101. If anybody out there who's listening to me, if you see something you don't know, if you don't know, I don't know, this is weird, it's in the sky, I don't know what it is, the first thing, and I try to keep this mind about you, the first thing you should do is hop onto any commercial flight scanner app or website that you can find and look in your area to see if there's any commercial craft in the sky. It's the first thing to do because then you can rule a lot of things out. That radar is not picking anything up over you. And it's hard because you see something and it's fantastic and you want to get your camera and you want to do all of this. You know, unfortunately, a lot of those live flight scanners are live in the moment. So you can't go back. You know what I mean? You can't, if you wanted to check it out an hour later, you can't go back to that time. So it's always best, you know, just in case, be prepared. If you think you want to do some sky gazing, if you think you want to do some star watching, or whatever you want to call it, make sure you have a live flight scanner app out. Now, some of them will do helicopter and commercial flights. Some of them will do all of them. You know, find one, whatever one you like the best, plug in your address, and there you go. You know what I mean? You'll be able to find in time. Now, when a flight is above you, it has to be right on top of you. See it off to the distance and things like that. You can kind of rule them out. If it's a town or two over, you're probably not seeing that one. So try to zoom in right over your immediate area and give yourself about a mile of view points to all of the surrounding areas.
Oh yeah.
So that's the best way to go ahead, I think, to do that. And for anybody out there who wants to, you know, oh yeah, Nikki, and people close to airports, you know, by all means, you should do it more. You know what I mean? Because you know you're at an airport. There's so many airports and private airports, obviously, too. So private airports where people learn how to fly, where people learn aviation mechanics and things like that. There's always flights out there.
Most definitely.
Now, Jenny was a member of MUFON.
Yes, I was.
Did you get to go out? Did you get to go out?
On investigations?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some really weird ones that I went on. There was, well, some of them are really, I don't know if they were real because people are just wanted to, you know.
Well, how much of it is not judging, but how much is it is learning about the person who's reporting it too? Like you have to analyze them as well, right?
Yeah, you have to make sure that they're sorry. I choked on my water while we were on break.
That's okay. But
There's a couple ones that I really thought were legit. And then there was some that I didn't think were really like there was one that was at a recycling recycling plant
mhm.
for metal. I thought
Okay.
that was real. I thought that one was real because
So
they were
you
they people went outside, they got sick. Whatever they saw was made them ill. They
oh,
weren't.
it gave them a physical feeling.
Mhm.
You know, I've heard about that too. Some some believe, whether they believe it's our craft or they believe it's another species, that most of it is powered by radioactive materials that are
Yeah.
not harmful to them but are harmful to us.
Mhm.
And one of the sad things that I don't want to believe it, but there's a lot of proof of it, is maybe with this interstellar travel, maybe with, trying to go light speed and things like that, maybe the material that makes it happen, we're not biologically safe to use. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
just could kill us, before we would even get close to learning about it, which is sad. But, and exactly, Nikki, it was probably
Yeah,
radiation.
that's what they thought it was. They didn't know for sure what it was, but they said they went out there. The whole family got sick because they went out and looked at the lights, and then the next day they were like sick, like couldn't move, sick. And I
Wow.
believe that one. I mean, there was. God, we're going back. That's like 2012. It's like hard for me to remember any of them. Um, there's a couple that like there was the ones that really killed me was the ones that totally believed what they saw. Okay. But then when you would ask them all, well, there's a checklist of all the things we had to ask.
Uh-huh.
And their story was like, well, they didn't remember, or the drawing was there was the drawings cracked me up because they were I'm not trying to defer anybody
Yeah,
from
no, but I'm not a
reporting it.
good
It's like
drawer.
I mean, but there was some ones that was a guy that was in the Air Force, and I totally believe him. He totally said that he saw 3 lights and this guy on the porch with his wife. And he said that they were so odd that they would like, these TikTok videos that they would go
Oh
real
yeah, yeah.
fast, in and out, really fast. And I believed him. I believe that story. I
So
can
for
I can
anybody down
agree.
in Louisiana, New Orleans, and Mississippi, if they wanted to try to be a MUFON investigator or go on an investigation, what would you how would you tell them to get started?
You would just go on the website and you would fill out it's just an application. They send you a manual and you have to
Uh-huh.
take a test. Now, they used to have you had it. I think they made it harder now that you have to actually go to their little school. It's online. It's like a couple
Oh.
like 6 weeks of courses. I don't know if that's still like that. But when I went, this is back in 2012, 2011, I just got it was a white binder and it was an open book test. It was easy. And you just took the test and you became a MUFON field investigator. Then you have the CMS. I think it's CMS. Is that what it is? CMS. I'm not really sure. That
Mhm.
you would go and you'd be logging into their website and you got to see all the different cases. And then the field the director would assign you these there's like so many field investigators like ahead of you, and they would assign you a specific one, and then they would tell you, this is your case. They give you a case.
Okay.
And then you would have to contact them, and then they would do a phone interview, and then sometimes you would go actually if you thought it was if it was legit, then you would actually go and meet with them and talk. But there's a whole list of things that you have to ask them to see if it's really to roll out aircraft. Like you said, you would check the the flight log of what's going on, what airplanes are in the area. And then there were certain lights that they're typical for aircraft, and some of the lights there aren't typical. I can't remember what I think it was white. Was it? Usually the aircraft has red, right? Red,
Yeah,
white.
no, they have red.
What's the other one? Red, white, and blue? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
I know. I've
So
seen red,
normally,
white, blue.
not typical. Like usually, if
So green is a flag for you.
yeah, if you see a light that's not like normal, what you would see on an aircraft, then you knew that was suspicious. Then you could roll it out. But I remember talking with John Ventry because he was our state director. um, and he always said that there was, if a UFO doesn't have any sound, and I don't believe that. It does. It has a humming sound. There's a humming sound. Like I'll be sleeping in my room, at night, and all of a sudden I hear this real low hum. Really.
Really?
Yeah, and it to me that's like he said. Oh, there's no. Usually, UFOs don't have a sound. That's not true. They do have a sound. Some of them. I don't believe what he said. So I have.
Yeah. To say no sound is painting with a really broad brush there, huh?
Yeah, I totally believe that there is a sound. And the lights, like my kid saw in his bedroom when he was 6 years old, he said he saw a light come in and he swears that, something happened. And that's how I got into the UFO. That's how I wrote my book. That's how I got into MUFON. And that's how I wrote my book about, because he he had a vision in his room of something came through he said it looks headlights went through his window.
So that bright, that wow.
Yeah, that's how I got into that because he was terrified. He was shaking, sweating all over. He's only 6 years old. And from that moment on, he stayed in my room. He never went and slept in his room until he was really pretty old. Yeah, he hates that room. And even when he comes to the house here, he don't want to go in that room. He hates it.
So man, that really did a number on him, huh?
Yeah, it did. It did a number. It did a number on all of us because, like I said, I lived in a real country. I was the first house in this neighborhood.
Okay.
It was all country. It was all farmland, all open land. And
So
I
you really
saw
didn't have a lot of things around you then.
no,
It
there
just
was nothing when we first moved. It was
Okay.
all farmland, and I had it on my camcorder. And I wish I could find the video. Remember the old time camcorders? So I filmed it. It was back in the 90s. That's how long ago it was when we first. And I saw a triangle thing just like they saw in what was it, Phoenix? The Phoenix Lights. It was
Oh,
triangle.
yeah.
I seen that.
Did they have lights on it?
I saw 2 of them, or maybe 3. I think there was 3 of them, and I videotaped it. And it was freaking me out because we would see them all the time up here. Now that there's all housing developments, you don't see, occasionally, one time a few years ago, I was sitting out in my back porch with my dog.
Yeah.
And she saw this. I'm not kidding you. It came whoop, whoop, it came right so close. Like, holy shit, it scared me. It scared my dog. And she ran inside because it came right to us. It's like real fast. And
Like
then
a craft or
yes, it was like a craft
okay.
and it went woo, woo, and it went up. It was spooky as all hell.
So maybe
And
he accidentally hit like reverse and then had to go forward.
I think they just did it to agitate us. I think they just did it for fun. I really do.
To get a reaction out of
You had one
you.
like Nikki. Yeah, I think he did it just to get a reaction. And my dog, she got scared and went inside. She was scared.
Wow.
We didn't do our smart labels.
Oh my.
I got my smart labels, guys. Let me get to my where is it? Summer officially here, guys. Time to pack up those winter items. And I told my son he should do this because he's moving on Saturday, but can't get them that fast. So there's a product called Smart Labels. Here it is. Let me tell you, your future self is going to love these. When you get this, okay, this is how it works. Like if you're packing up or you're getting ready to put your summer stuff away for winter and you're getting your winter Christmas stuff up, this is great. So you buy Smart Labels, QR code. It's this thingamajigger. I didn't know what that was and just till recently. You get your QR code on Amazon and stick them on your storage bins. Okay. Your boxes, your totes, anything that you close, keep something in so you can't see what's in it. So this is what this is for. So you download the Smart Labels app from either Google Play or iOS App Store. Scan the code and the catalog and all the stuff going into the bin with a name, description, and the picture. Okay. Then months down the road, you're looking for things you can't remember where you put them. Okay. So you search the app and it'll tell you where you put it, which color or whatever. So seriously, people are calling it organizing magic. So if you're doing some spring cleaning, just remember, getting ready for summer or move or just wanting to get organized, you need to check out Smart Labels on Amazon. And that's Smart Labels, one word, and get started with Smart Labels Pack today. They're really cool.
They are cool. I've used them. I use them right now.
I have to wait till I get maybe for packing up the pool stuff.
Well, there you go.
Well, I don't want to think about packing up the pool stuff yet.
No, it's not even July yet. Can't think of that. Cannot think of that.
I don't want to think about that. And just remember, folks, Thursday night.
That's right. That's right.
Debate Thursday night, Biden and Trump, and Biden wants to sit down. So my hope is that Mr. Donald Trump, president, will stand and Biden will sit. So that's what I'm hoping.
In all of my life of watching debates, I think I've only seen one, and it was the vice presidential debate.
You never watched a debate?
What? Oh, no. I'm saying that they sat down in. All the rest.
I don't remember any of them sitting down. No, I don't remember.
It was it was Dick Cheney, and I can't think of who John Kerry ran with. Was it Lieberman? Kerry Lieberman? Was that it? I don't know. But that was a vice presidential one. It wasn't a presidential one. I've seen the town hall style. I've seen the typical where they're up at a podium, but that was the only one I've seen sitting down.
I don't know. I'm just I'm going to make popcorn for it. I hope it's not on too late because, well, maybe it's better it is on too late because Sleepy Joe, he'll be snoring.
I think, well, one thing that's good is they don't put commercials in it. So you're going to get the full hour and 40 minutes straight. You're not going to get a break. But one thing you're going to have to pay attention for is the train of thought to make sure Joe is going from one thing coherently to the next thing, because Trump is going to call him out on that. If it's jumping from here to there, to there, to there, you know what I mean? So that's one thing that is going to be interesting. And they're going to come out and they're going to smile and they're going to shake hands. Like they're told to do all that kind of stuff. But you have to pay attention to the train of thought, because you can mask certain things in a straight one-on-one interview. You know what I mean? But when it's a debate and it's going back and forth and you have to remember what they said, and you know what I mean? You have to stick to the tangent points. Now, one of the things is the moderators, it's going to be important for them that they have to get the question answered and not talk about fluff and this and that and all this. And well, he did. No, a moderator needs to make sure the question's answered to a certain degree for undecided.
Well,
votes.
you know what? The moderator doesn't like Donald Trump at all, which I don't think they should have somebody that's biased like that. Oh, what's his name? I can't remember. He's on CNN. Does anybody know?
Is it Cooper?
No, he's a real jerk, and I'm so bad with names, but he doesn't like Donald Trump at all. What is it? Let me see what his name is. Hold on. Let me see. He's on CNN. What is who was the moderator on CNN's debates Thursday? Jack Tapper.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, he doesn't like Donald Trump at all. So he shouldn't even be. He's gonna. Oh, this is gonna be. I'll be yelling at the screen if it doesn't turn out well.
Well, the thing that's just as important though is keeping up. Maybe you should live stream yourself about it.
Yeah, I probably should do it on TikTok or something. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, say the answer you want to hear, whether one said it or the other said it. You know what I mean? And
Mhm. It's
I don't know. They'll probably. I don't want to get you flagged.
I always get I get I'm always about I don't get it. I take all my videos off. It's TikTok is so it's so stupid because you have to do their community guidelines. You can't say dead. You have to say unlived, unlived. That's the stupidest thing I ever
Unalive.
heard of.
Yeah. Wow.
Unalived. That's so stupid.
Well, maybe that's why we kept getting banned. Chasing Prophecy. We're on our third account now. So
Are you serious? Because
yeah.
I'm getting why? What did they say?
Nothing. The interns cut up clips, and within a day or two, when we post clips, we get banned.
What did they
So
say? They don't give you an explanation.
it's just what we're talking about. Whatever we're talking about, we're not going into like that bad of things that we say.
Well, this is so stupid because they want people to have podcasts on there, but you can't say anything. So what are you supposed to talk about?
Yeah. I mean, the whole
Well,
idea with a podcast is just.
Yeah, you should be able to. There are pods. Some of the stuff they talk about is so vulgar, which I don't understand. You're allowed to talk like that. I started a new TikTok. It's called Emma Watson. It's her name. It's a fictional. What I'm doing is I'm reading my journal, my story from the sky on the viewpoint of one of the characters.
That's wonderful.
But I got banned already. I have.
Whoa! What banned?
See, in the beginning of my book, it's a letter to Emma Watson and Sam's best friend. It says, "Dear Emma," and it ends. The fourth book ends that they go through. There's two, a young man and a young woman, and they're going through their grandmother's house that passed away, and the journal falls out of one of the boxes. It's the book, and it's the from the sky. So I thought I'd dress up. I got a redheaded wig, so I wear glasses. And
man!
I said, "Hi, this is Emma Watson. I'm not related to Harry Potter or whatever, but that's my character's name, Emma Watson. I never even knew that was the character on Harry Potter. I didn't know that when I wrote the book." And so I started off this woman, she's talking about she found her grandmother's diary. And then I had to figure it out. What do I do? Because it's modern day. So I'm going to seem like the grandma was a time traveler. I don't know.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah. So I did. I started it. I wonder if it got banned, because I wouldn't be surprised if it got banned already, because I posted a second video. So I don't understand TikTok. I really don't. Let's see. Oh, I got 83 people. The first one I did, I got 8,249. So far, I got 89. So,
well, there we go.
Big deal, huh? I love Harry Potter too. And we're over.
We're
almost over, guys. So, next week, hopefully our guests will show up. If not, we'll just play it
We
again.
don't have a guest for next week. 2 weeks we have a guest.
Oh, okay. I might have a guest. I talked to somebody. I'll see if but they're sending me. They're sending me a book, so I won't be able to read it by then. Okay. Well, we can figure if we can't get a guest. We should have Sean Kelly on the show again. He's fun. Hi, Sean. You listening, Sean? Are you going to be mad because we're running over time? He's hiding. Where are you, Sean? He's probably your latest book's out. What is it called? Maybe you should come on the show, Nikki. Where she says I volunteer. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we better go. Everybody watch the debate. We'll have a nice discussion on Tuesday. Good night, Sebastian. We'll talk about what happened, and we'll talk about some more paranormal stuff. So
absolutely,
it should be a nice time. Okay, where's my stuff at? Oh, jeez, I can never find it. Okay, have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the weekend and behave.